So what I'm doing here, this is just about getting soft edges. I'm going to put my, well, there's two, I'm going to show two ways. I'm putting some yellow color down first. And this won't show getting soft edges very well because it's so pale. But I'm going to come in now and I'm going to build in, I'm using some thicker color. And because I'm using thicker color, it's going to run up in here and be soft, but it's not going to move very fast because it's thicker. It won't flow as easily. So it's real easy to get that soft graduated edge. And now I'm going to dry my brush off because I want to be sure that I don't get extra water into the paint that I'm using. Now I could come down further down here on the petal and with a stronger dark. Again, this is the thicker paint. And so I'm going to pull it up this way into here just a little bit. And if it's a little too blobby, you know, sometimes you might actually want little things like that to happen, but let's just say that you don't. I'm getting the extra water out of the brush, and then I can just kind of tease this along to hurry it up there. Now, the other thing that I wanted to show, though, was getting a soft edge on dry paper. And so I'm going to put a soft edge over here on this petal without putting the yellow in. So what I'm doing is, running out of color here. Well, this will work. This is good. This is good. So I'm putting in color. Whoop. Just getting a little bit sloppy here. I'm going to put in color. This, you know what, this might be hard to see because of the masking fluid. So I've got in color here, and it's relatively strong, but I want a soft edge here. So let's see, I think I want that little spot there to be darker. So what I'm going to do is I'm washing my brush out, and I'm washing my brush out, and I'm raking it off here on the side real good. All of this can vary depending on what kind of brush you're using. But here's the thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to soften this edge, and I'm coming at it from the far side like this so that I can lay my brush down. And you can do this with a flat brush too. Sometimes that's easier to use. And I am just touching the edges of the paint. So I get a soft edge. Sometimes, let's get that. I'm going to coax a little more of it out here, get that a little bit stronger. Sometimes I make a new edge up here when I do that. And so what I do is I come back, and again, I am just touching the edge here. So that gets it to flow. A lot of the time what goes wrong, do this. A lot of the time when people are trying to do this, can you hand me my palette back? I should have gotten a lot more color out. I'll just use this. Okay, thank you. Okay. A lot of the time what happens with this is I've seen people, they've got their color out, and now they want to soften the edge. And they're turning this way, and they're trying to do this to soften the edge. I've seen that a lot lately and finally realized that that's what's going wrong with a lot of people. Well, when I do it, it works, but it's not supposed to. Okay, but it's really best to approach it from the far side. And you're laying that brush down, so that brush is putting water on the paper, but you're just going to touch the edge like this. And then you see how much it flows. And you may have to make adjustments or not. You know, sometimes you have to come in with a dry brush and kind of tickle it around, or sometimes too much flows out and you have to pull some of it back the other way. That can happen too. But there I've got like a water neutral brush. It's damp, but it's not going to let down water. So I can use it to steer the paint around. Okay, that's how that's done. Thank you.